Welcome to NLTV Sok Manulaga Awas. Ami khan naga stay Dimapur de for the past 3 to 4 days. Ido continuously pani giri kina Dimapur share pura flood hui kina chado ami khan tiki kina ayese. Aru itu flood hua ba Dimapur citizens kan kiman duk paise ido sopi ami kan ke news coverage tiki na ahi ase. Aji ami kan naga honorable advisor Sri Moatoshi along with district administration di city Dimapur aru TMC councillors kan dahan mili kina aji ido Dimapur ward 2 te ido affected Chakati tahan itu inspect kuri kina pira wale ase. To IB itu inspection na upor de say sawa.
We are deeply concerned about their suffering also, so we can do nothing much about it. In fact, this is a natural calamity. And in fact, in Dimapur, it is a recurrent natural calamity. This is actually caused by, as we all know, natural calamity, nobody can stop it. But in Dimapur, it is worse, more so because of our lack of civic sense, human greed, all the drainage are blocked by virtue of expansion or construction of our houses over the drainage and expanding our compound, thereby blocking the drainage, especially in the Ingrijan area that we have seen. I remember during 2 years back when I was at Dimapur district chairman of the Dimapur district planning board, we have initiated a team under the Deputy Commissioner. Of course, we have assigned revenue officers to ascertain those individuals who have encroached into the drainage, and the department have identified about 8 individuals who have encroached into the drainage, and perhaps they have taken initiative also to remove some structures. Of 8 of them, perhaps one of them has gone to court because of that. The purpose of the work was stalled. Now I want to emphasize this, that if we are to stay here in Dimapur, drainage should be our priority. Of all the development, let us give them sit in the back burner, but our drainage should be our priority. We should be the voice of our Dimapur because we cannot let it happen recurrently over the years, and in coming years also we are going to face the same problem. Therefore, let us all put our efforts together and make sure that the drainage problem is solved. And fortunately, our municipal councillor, all the members are here. I think we should put an effort. I know you have done a lot of cleaning the drainage, but our citizens, some of them, I don't call all of them, are throwing their trash, garbage into the drainage. It is blocking the drainage. So this is the result of our, lack of civic sense and thoughtful ideas for our people. Therefore, I want to urge each and every one of you to voice together to see that Dimapur, this does not happen in Dimapur in the new future.
Ladies and village chairman council, I just want to say something about this, the industrial communities which has just recently been, and that's was a really havoc thing in the Dimapur city. Yesterday, we went for a spot verification early in the morning, and we have assessed something, we have assessed on what is to be done and not to be done. And on top of that, this morning, this afternoon at 1 p.m., we had an emergency meeting on how to go on with this future claim. First of all, I just like advisor that said to us that it is we lack civic sense. That is whatever disaster is there, it's a man-made at the most. So we took a decision that to erect something, where to do demolition drive. Then this afternoon we are taking the extreme steps. So we will be coming to the administrator, we will be coming to the advisor, to the board, and we will try to demolish whatever that is to be demolished. So I look over that the administrator will give us a full support on what demolition is to be done. Otherwise, this is the right time to act. Otherwise, every year if this kind of things happens, we will be falling into the same problem. So I look forward to it. And about the relief also, our DMCs in our own fund, in our own capacity, we are trying whatever we can do. So we will be releasing some funds on the relief point. So I look forward that even the district administrator and the district management board department should please come forward and do the needful. Thank you.
Before, initially in the year 1985, it was so small that we could just jump, and we used to keep only 3 bamboos, like that we used to cross. But now, after the project of this Ansarino, they have enlarged it, but then all the drains which are coming from different colonies are too much, and it can't cope with it.
See, that water flow, watershed, naturally, it flows the water to your colonies, isn't it? It can never be stopped. And we can never divert it to other colonies because who will accept it? So the only scope left is to widen the drainage. Now, in order to widen the drainage, you as a colony secretary, you should be willing, your members should be willing to enforce widening of the drainage.
Sir, our colony is the widest if we compare like that. And if I got information from the chairman also that the last which is overflowing to the river, Dansari River, there it's only 3 feet. So, see, all this water cannot just go and enter in a narrow part. That's also the problem because it's free flowing is being disturbed. There also.
See, what I understand is actually there has to be a uniformity in widening of the drainage. Whether you say that there's enough space, you have already widened enough, even though that is so. So if all the colonies have started widening their drainage, then your colony have to agree to widen the drainage. Because, tell me, what is the distance?
Actually, when the Ansari company, when they started making, the depth was 8 feet, whereas the width was 10 feet. That is also minimum. In some area, it's even 15 feet to 20 feet also, the width, the breadth. Whereas the depth, because of the, this, what do you call this, the residue which are remaining, the sands and all, no? That cannot be taken out everywhere.
So what I'm trying to tell you is actually, you want others to widen it, you don't want your colony to widen it. That cannot go. Okay, there has to be uniformity in widening of the drainage. Because if DMC administration enforces it, 50 feet wide, then you have to agree to it.
Yes, we agree.
Then
If all
as
the
simple as
colony
that.
agrees, then we have made it.
Then has to be followed.
No, sir. Excuse me. Sir, na. Oi, amakan colony secretary barabi koche. Libe amakan ye to SM colony work indi. Yate flood hua thaka do. High side, signal side, Kuta village. Aro ito grass colony. Right yate pani to hai to. Boila dole mane to train laga ito fresh pune gana ase to. Tate bara pani to thesre phali potha thakise. Libe to phone kori gana chok e phali potha ase. तो आहा तोले माने मानु खान तो तास्पिन चपरा लगा तास्पिन को आमा खान तो पानी लगा तास्पिन हो जैसे तो एफाली पुलिस पिन डॉक्टर चल लगा पुलिस पिन लगा नीचे थे ये तो नाला दे मन छुटू छुटा से तो सब नाला दे आरसीसी फाउंडेशन बनाए गए ना तादे बड़ा जाम हो गए ना फ्लड हुए ले ऊपर बर्फ है वो नीचे बर्फ है इन्हें को हो गए ना पानी तो एकदम आमा खुद भी जाबो ना पड़ा इन्हें का हो जैसे ये तो बड़ा से ये तो एफाली नीचे फाली तो पुलिस पिन लगा नगरजन पुलिस पिन नीचे फाली नाला तो क्लियर पुलिस बोले तो आराम बरा जाबो आमा खान तो नाला तो छुटो रखा ना तंगो रखी से
10 feet इमान नावर ना है. Anyway, मैं कहता हूँ ना,
सर
जी काम करो, compromise है वो लगो. You have to give in something, take something.
हाँ सर
इधर अपना तो नहीं दिवो, तो सारा तो दिवो, पहले तो ना हो. So you have to give in something. Compromise has to be there. इधर मोई दिया हो दिया तो, we will make sure that the widening of the drainage, especially led by our DMC chairman and the municipal councillor, we will start initiating this widening. Perhaps our priority should be to submit to the government to have a very good drainage system in Dimapur. Leave aside everything. Leave aside the other developments. We should focus on the construction of the drainage. If the drainage chalan bhi apna kole dene la 10 feet to down ase koi thai no ho.
sir
Idu ko ya. Thank you.
that's right
So, one more problem that which I was mentioning.
Excuse me, sir. Maybe tambat na bagi lakan nam break da pata ko kulim mana se. Bagi kando. Jadi kita business koribo ko libi murgi pani kana pali libi pani ahina sab kodum kore. Murgi laka business bi kori saise. Aro kauri laka business bi kori saise. Kauri bi lui jaise ido salbi lui jaise. Aro phana kor olap kacha kor holibi bunabo ko kana kacha kor bunaise. 이만 다 반야 헬리콘 타기보다 보라 칼리 것이 된다 롬디 만노 타가도 아침 모닝 사만노 타기나 로자시 이도 my personally no 보라 이니까 그런디 yeah especially few families 이니까 pretty effective as it Itu sir, may kambra ko buli mon thaka to ko government bra may kaya di jabardast thaki buli diyan na khali government la ka help yung may kan lagi may kan khali personal bra ita to survive koribo na para hoise nearly 30 years 35 years adi man to pura to aru ita tin bargain aru bishi to koi ase tin bargain bani to ito hal do bishi last year brother bishi biya bra age ase aru sir ito nala to khali ito lakan hui gena over bra to sa rasta bra join kori gena dia bra inika dog do bishi hoi ase ikhali bra hebo yati bra hebo aru ito laka rasta to pay koribo aru nakajam bra ahado holi within few minutes एकदम पूरा बोठा करी दे एकदम समाबिक बेचा नहीं इडिया 4 days होइसी दे कोडिन नुकुमा दो कुमा नुकाल लगा आर्सु या दिब्रा थाती तका दो या दाजी कुमायास कोडी चाबोली नोरे मान माटी जापरा फ्रेश टीवी खोलका समास माटी di abon dengan sabu oleh I witness aikana sabi ini ka float koreas itu pura moram pura amakan karone relief mangan hoy holibe itu pani thik chabu karone moram pura ekta rasta sera makan koreas thank you sir.
We shall have this discussion in the upcoming district planning board.
We'll take up.
Perhaps before we sit for the district planning board, you kindly detail an officer to see the complaint they have just voiced regarding the diversion of the drainage towards it. If before it was there, then it should be open. Now, whoever have diverted the drainage towards this side, if before that is so let us look into that matter and perhaps we'll take up this in the district planning board. Nah, then kindly depute an officer to see that particular area so that report is on the table before we initiate discussion. Kindly form a task force so that we immediately take up certain issues. Nah. And since you are also committing a relief, instead of relief, we better remove this with that money. Yeah. Please do that. Please do that. We have to prevent. Okay. I have come to a conclusion. Besides the natural calamities, this is a man-made disaster. Our human greed and lack of civic sense. So unless we enforce certain rules to clear the drainage, those people, those owners who are encroaching into the drainage, I think we should give them a firm deal. And that's what I think we should, and the public also should support, come forward and support that initiative, irrespective of your relations with that owner. So let us take a resolve today that Dimapur, we need to resolve this recurrent flooding in Dimapur once for all. We don't want any other development, we want to resolve this first.
No other development
Yeah, except any. It should be a priority. Okay. Besides that, I have come across many a times each year we are facing fire hazard. And actually even the fire brigades cannot enter those, spot because of construction like slum area. So there has to be a rule enforced that the right to pathway should be implemented. Therefore, before construction of any houses, the Dimapur municipal should be the owner should obtain the clearance from the municipal for construction like in other cities. We have to follow like other cities. Even to construct a house, even for high rise, the municipality, we have to take permission from municipality in other states. So Nagas now we have come of age, we have to follow that. Therefore, I appeal to each and every one of you, let us come together. It cannot be my job, your job alone. It has to be a concerted effort of each and every one of us. We Nagas are very good at pointing fingers on others without looking at their actually blank in the eye, trying to remove the specks. So let us also understand that what we fail to do also. Let us understand what we have contributed also to resolve this problem.
Sir, one question. As the MLA in charge of Dimapur 2, you have any concrete plan of action to reverse the drainage issue, the drainage problem?
See, as an MLA, as an advisor, our powers are limited, our resources are limited. We cannot do anything beyond a certain limits of where we're entrusted to the function. So therefore, as a chairman of the Dimapur District Planning Board, our Deputy Commissioner is here, we will try to convince the people to follow the rules and perhaps take initiative in clearing all this drainage, for which I implore on the municipal council also. You should give their effort, and at the same time, people also should come forward, and especially the media. You should highlight, or rather inculcate the civic sense into our people.
What about, okay.
So, shall we assume, or will it be right to say that it all points down to, demanding or vote for cash during elections?
No, it is not necessarily that way. Of course, these are problems we are being faced by all legislatures during election, but I cannot blame it on them. Actually, the civic sense is not necessarily on demanding money. It's how you treat your environment.
So what about taking action against the defaulters? How strict is the government to take action against the existing defaulters? Because this has been going on for many, many decades and nothing concrete has come out, and that is why we're facing these issues. Now, is the government going to take strict action against the existing defaulters?
See, there are so many problems. Year before last, when I was the District Planning Board Chairman, under the leadership of the Deputy Commissioner, we have formed a task force to clear all those block drainages. That's how we have, the revenue officer have identified 8 individuals who have encroached into the drainage, and the administration have taken initiative to, break certain buildings. But some of them, I think 1 or 2 families, they have gone to court. That's how it stalled the very, initiative. But I have been suggesting our Deputy Commissioner, we will revamp that again.
Thank you so much. First of all, I'd like to thank our sir, Moatoshi, advisor, and also the chairman of District Planning and Development Board for his concern and visiting all these colony affected area. I think you are all there. We have visited, we have seen the picture and what sir has said, and with the cooperation of everyone, we'll try to work it together so that this problem is solved in days to come. Yeah.
To viewers, tangan ito Dimapur Ward 2 laga alak colony di jay na tan inspect kurisya lingri chan ba shuru kuri na ito wall fort narco turning tak tangan ito inspect kurisya aro ito tan inspect kura homoy tan ito each colony laga council chairman kan lotri lok paisya aro ito tati taka public kan naka crevices kan bi takan hodisya aro ito inspection kodom hwa bichide tai media ito ami kan naka MLA advisor Moatoshi ba media lote address kro homoy ta work kushe ki ito to man made disaster ase natural calamities no hoy kushe kila kulito ami kan sai gina jashi kulito flood wala ka main reason no drainage sapa na thaka nimite ase ito karne public kan ki bi ta drainage sapa raikuli karne kushe aro ito kila no ina ta kushe ito drainage kan ke takan ito illegally mati encroach kuina khor panan kiwi takan pra ito la opportunity sabo kuina ito advisor wa amen ke chanai dishe aro amen ke chanai dishe te takan ito achi inspect rato takan ito board meeting tv takan further discussion karne chawbo kuina bi amen ke chanai dishe aro ito kla noi kina taiba public kan ke kushe te inaka monsoon season de flood hwa to ami khan naka careless nimide ase ito nimide drainage kan do parata sapara gishigli do phalo kuina bi do opportunity taiba advice dishe to ito inspection na opor de khobor iman ta ke ase ari na news or update chani teklo side we NLTV mo ase reporter mo Longkumer with my video journalist Chingling.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.